Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Astrological Intentions. I'm your host, Alex Reevy, along with the recovering rambler herself, Sandy Reevy.
I don't know how much rambling I'm going to do, but I am recovering.
It is episode 340, the week of January 27th. Let's get right into it. In the transits, we start off with today, Monday the 27th, Mercury ingress Aquarius.
Higher octave.
And Sandy's Astro-Interesting Day, Wednesday the 29th, Mercury conjunct Pluto.
Research it.
And the new moon at 9 degrees Aquarius.
The wood, snake moon.
And Thursday the 30th, Uranus stations direct.
What's new, pussycat?
And Sun trine Jupiter.
Signals.
Then on the horizon, we have our wonderful Patreon community we would love to invite you to, our 2025 Greece retreat, as well as the Tuscany, Italy retreat. Then in our house, Sandy and I are heading back out of town to celebrate a very special 93rd birthday. Stay tuned for this episode of Astrological Intentions.
I say go do you. Now travel far, share your stories and earn your scars. It's you. Say you are the one, you will answer to when this life is done. Don't waste a minute, jump in the river, wash yourself clean so you can deliver.
Hello, recovering rambler.
I was on the couch.
Right? I mean, you really were. You were going nonstop since August, and you finally came home after like a back-to-back retreat, 3 retreats, and then the celebrate your life, and then you came home and you picked up something along the way, like a virus that just sent you to the couch.
Bed to the couch, and he bought me this Whoop, thinking, oh my gosh, Mom, you really do need to manage your energy and your restorative energy.
Mm-hmm.
And so I moved from the bed to the couch, and it said I had done
like basketball or something. You had played basketball.
I had done 2 back-to-back workouts.
Right? Which is so interesting. But happy you're back on your feet and you're recovered.
My eyes are open.
Right. All right. So let's move on to in the transits. We have today, Monday the 27th, Mercury ingress Aquarius at 8:53 p.m.
Yeah, Central. This happens tonight if you're listening Monday, since we're running a little late with this podcast. But, the modern astrologers call the Mercury in Aquarius the higher octave of Mercury, because it's an air sign, it's fixed. And what I like about that is, thinking through to the finish line, getting, breaking the wire. And, because it is fixed air. And I just thought, why do they say that? I did a little research. It's like, why was the finish line a wire, right? And the horses needed to break the wire that was strung across the end line, right, the finish line, in order to claim the win. And so this has that energy to stay focused and with this higher air energy to get through to a and I this will be happy. I'll need this energy to stay in focus on a higher frequency.
Yes, down to the wire. All right, so let's move on to Wednesday the 29th, your Astro-Interesting Day, and that starts off with Mercury conjunct Pluto.
And there's a combination why this is one of the combinations why I like it as my Astro-Interesting Day. Mercury, again, that planet of communication and thinking, is conjunct Pluto, and it's at 1 degree of Aquarius. So this is a research it day. Mm-hmm. Now, February 5th, 2024, so just a year ago, we had the very first combination of Mercury going into the Aquarius and hitting Pluto while Pluto was in Aquarius. This is the second. So, find your power source. Get to the bottom of something. Interesting that, that I'm not the only one in the kind of this realm of the psychic realm trying to move down into where is the power source?
Mm-hmm.
Where is that force of nature that holds that integral, atomic power, right? It's kind of like getting a clean slate. So, research it, because that's really what the Mercury to the Pluto, research it and share it.
Yeah. So
because I want to say this too.
Yeah.
Because we do know that the new Instagram and some of the new social medias are not doing any researching. They have, do you know about that? They have delayed or detained or taken off the people that do the fact checking.
Mm-hmm.
So really, do your own fact checking, people. Don't believe everything you hear.
Right. Absolutely. So let's move on to that same day, Wednesday the 29th, for the new moon at 9 degrees of Aquarius.
And because this is a new moon day, again, this is the first new moon of the year. And so we link that with the Chinese New Year. Right?
Right.
The very first the new moon of
New Year.
And this is at 9 degrees of Aquarius. So this is at 6:36 a.m. on Wednesday the 29th, and it's the wood snake. So this is wisdom, charm, elegance, transformative. It's intuitive, strategic, and intelligent. So we're moving into this new Chinese year of, thinking about intuitive wisdom, strategic charm and elegance, and intellectual transformation, right? And we've got the trine to Jupiter, which when we see that, and we have that on Thursday, but this new moon has that flavor of the trine to Jupiter, because Jupiter's at retrograde but stationing direct. We get the signal at 11 degrees. Jupiter's at 11 degrees of the Gemini. So great opportunity to set a wise and intelligent intention.
Right, for this new moon.
This is a new moon, first new moon of the year, the Gregorian calendar year. It's the Chinese New Year. It's nice. What kind of solving the problems need to happen in your personal world? Right? Use all of this intuitive wisdom, strategic charm and elegance, and intellectual transformation. Yeah. Great time to set an intention.
The wood snake.
And we would probably be having a large event as the new moon if we were still doing our new moons at our studio.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
This would be probably although I do use the new moon of the zodiacal year to set intentions for the vision board. So I'll suggest that when that comes up in the spring.
Right. All right, so let's move on to our final two transits of the week. On Thursday the 30th, Uranus stations direct.
Whoa! Uranus is stationing direct at 23 degrees of Taurus. This is at 10:22 in the morning. And for anyone whose birthday is May 14th, your sun, right, because that's the only thing that we know for sure, is the sun on May 14th every year is at 23 degrees of Taurus. So that's currently where Uranus is stationing direct. So I say to you, what's new, pussycat? Whoa. Right? That there's something should be in your world, in your identity, in your warmth, glow. Something should be new. Now, Uranus can tip things, rock the boat a bit, but now that it's now that it's stationing from its retrograde and it's moving into a direct movement, sitting right on your sun, how what has changed for you in this last year?
Mm-hmm.
You should be definitely being able to point to 1 to 2 to 3 things that have maybe been upset, derailed for purposes for your nature that best suits you. This would be a great time to get an astrology reading.
Mm-hmm.
Any of you May 14th babies.
Right.
Because May 15th babies, here it comes. May 16th babies, here it comes.
Right. And so if somebody has a 23-degree Taurus somewhere in their chart as well, like a planet there, that would also be a good distinguisher if they might have something big coming up.
Right, like you. Where is your rising sign? 23 degrees of Taurus.
Wow.
So, what's new, Pussycat Alex?
A lot. My life is changing. Quite a lot.
Right, like name 2 things. One thing.
My engagement, becoming now on my way to becoming a wife, maybe mom. Pretty incredible path switch there.
Right, changing your identity.
Right, changing my identity.
In fact, what you just did that on one of the social media posts, right?
Yeah, I just announced our engagement like publicly, even though I said it here on the podcast like months ago after it happened. But yeah, we were. Social media isn't like a huge part of our lives, and it just felt way better to announce it to everyone face to face and get the hugs, get the faces of shock, like, what? Oh my gosh. All of those like messages from loved ones that isn't just typed on a phone and moved on to the next thing. Mm-hmm. It was really special to have those moments.
Right. Mm-hmm. Right. That was beautiful. Yeah, so lots going on for anyone that has the 23 degrees of Taurus.
Mm-hmm. Right. So Thursday the 30th also has another transit, which is Sun trine Jupiter.
Right. This is, again, the signal. This is the signal that anytime you're getting the sun making a trine to either the superior planet of Jupiter or Saturn or the outer planets, the sun making that trine says, signal, mm-hmm. That planet is about to go in the other way, right? There's a turn occurring. And so we need to know where that planet was heading so we know what that turn is about. And this is Jupiter is stationing to go direct.
Great.
Right? Oh my gosh. Any babies born right now? And we have one in our family that was just born yesterday. Mm-hmm. Really holds that beautiful Jupiter is coming out of its retrograde, really able to provide fortune, blessings, optimistic approach to life, seeing the bigger things. So signal everyone, put that bright light on your alarm in the morning on Thursday the 30th. Wake up. It's time to open your eyes a bit earlier and be optimistic.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, it does. Jupiter loves to bring the wonderful buoyancy and optimism. So if we can start shifting our perspective in those ways, it can transform our life. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. All right. So don't forget that you can follow along with these transits personally. You can download your natal chart at our website, intentionbeads.com/chart. Then you can just look around and make sure you don't have any, or you have something at 23 degrees of Taurus, because that will be in direct alignment with this Uranus stationing direct. All right. So let's move on to the horizon. We are still inviting, it's an open invite to our CWS Patreon community that is with Sandy and Susan. Susan is a financial astrologer, and they go through their monthly transits of the month in both video form and on PDF form. So it's a really great way to start forecasting, start planning for yourself. Also coming up, we have our 2025 Greece retreat. That's September 15th through the 22nd. And our Italy retreat, which is October 4th to the 11th. So make sure if you want to get on that first list when we are opening up those rooms,
we keep
email
saying that.
Sandy@intentionbees.com.
We're going to work on that.
Correct.
Yeah, now that I feel like I can regain some downtime.
Mm-hmm. So let's move on to our house. Sandy and I are heading back out of town.
Just as I regain some downtime.
Right.
It's
well,
go
this
time.
is in a couple of weeks, but we're going back out of town to celebrate.
A week.
I
leave in a week from tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so heading back out of town to celebrate a very special 93rd birthday to Mimi. I really can't believe she's 93. It's shocking. She's so vivacious, so full of life, so energetic, and up and at it every day.
Yeah.
Without fail.
Don't let the old man in.
It's her motto, and it's such a great song. It's country, but and that's not a bad thing. Country's not a bad form of music. It's just not one that I normally listen to. But this song by Toby Keith is so good, called Don't Let the Old Man In.
She knows the story. She's got the download. Mm-hmm. She listens to it every day. And the doctor, she has a new doctor because her doctor retired. Mm-hmm. She never liked him anyway. Because he kept saying, do you need to slow down? I think you need to slow down. And then she just listens to the guy, and then she walks out and she goes, he doesn't know what he's talking about. I don't know how he became a doctor. Anyway, so he finally retired. Mom's like, good. And she has a new doctor, new PA, actually. And she really likes, and the guy's like, so tell me about your lifestyle. So tell me what you do. And Mom goes, oh my gosh, I don't think you have the 15 minutes is not long enough for me to tell you what I do. And he just kind of leaned back against the counter and listened to her. And he's like, what is your...
She's like an anomaly. It's so crazy.
What is your intent? What is your motto here? And she said, you don't know about the
Don't let the old man in.
Don't let the old man in. And she said, here, I'll play it for you. She's on her phone. So when she was leaving the doctor's appointment, he goes out, because he's kind of new, right? He's new to this office. Mm-hmm. And he goes out and talks to mom overhears him talk to the receptionists at the front desk and says, do you know that lady that I just saw? Does anybody know the song, Don't Let the Old Man In? That's her motto. Mom's like, yeah. Yeah. So really funny that she listens to that all the time. And she's like, yep. Got to go out. Gotta. Although she's cautious, right? When they had that like 12 inches of snow, luckily her car was getting serviced for 4 days, and so otherwise it's like
right. And she wouldn't have. She doesn't put herself in precarious situations.
No, like feeding the birds a year ago when she went down.
Right, but she's recovered, and that like
even probably more better titanium.
Right.
Femur works.
Sure, it's not always painless, but yeah, she wears her age so well, and it's very inspiring. And so we are so excited.
Yeah, we're headed to Cincinnati for another celebration. Mm-hmm. And she wants homemade meatballs and spaghetti for the large 30 of us that are getting together. Large group.
Yeah, it'll be great. So we're so super excited to celebrate her life. 93 years is just such an incredible milestone, and yeah, we're just very proud of her.
She's amazing.
She is amazing.
Yeah, and fun. And
now I know where you get your don't let the old man in mentality and go attitude.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But she's fun too because she wants to play games and play cards. She still plays her cards on Mondays, and she still
Right.
wants to do things. And
Oh, she's a social butterfly.
oh my gosh,
She gets her phone calls. She goes out to her bridge. She goes
out with the girls on Saturday night,
right
after church.
She's chatty with people at the grocery store, and it's just, she has a great life. It is wonderful. So anyway, we are saying happy early birthday to Mimi, and we are excited to go and celebrate her in Cincinnati next weekend.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I think that is a wrap on our episode today, everybody. Thank you so much for listening in, and we will see you all next week.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
I say go do you. Now travel far, share your stories and earn your scars. It's you. Say you are the one, you will answer to when this life is done. Don't waste a minute, jump in the river. Wash yourself clean so you can deliver you. The story of you, the story.